Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I just want to ask you a couple of questions here. And it's more a matter of me kind of putting us in position for an amazing guest that I have on the show today. Here are my questions. Do you believe that excellent health is the most important aspect of your life? Yes or yes? Of course you do. Is your health or your level of health, do you feel that it affects not only your physical well-being, but also your sense of self-worth, emotional health, and social relationships? Third question. Do you believe that your level of health greatly impacts your ability to be successful in business and in your life? What about this one? Do you believe that your health determines your mortality? Do you believe health is one of the three great pillars of life? The others being wealth and intelligence. Interesting questions to ponder on this show today. No matter what your dreams and aspirations, I want to welcome you to this edition of Living the Lifestyle You Deserve, dedicated to personal wellness and the human condition. My name is Robert Keller, and I'll be your host for the next half hour. Welcome to the show. You could have been anywhere else, but today, this is going to be kind of interesting because my very special guest today is a very accomplished professional practitioner in the field of physical wellness. Now, he does a whole lot more than just that, Simon, you do. However, he's here today. His name is Simon Bialecki. And I got that name right, didn't I?
Yes.
I did it the first time. Yes. Simon's passionate mission in life is to help educate people on a better way of living. This includes everything from physical health to spiritual health. Now, his credentials speak like the, man, I don't know. He didn't want me to read all these things. He's kind of quiet and shy, right? Here is his outstanding experience and credentials and makes him one of the top physical wellness practitioners in the country. So here we go. BSc Honors in Kinesiology and Health Science from the University of York. Athletic Therapy Certificate. He's got over 1,200 hours in clinical and team training setting. Formal Certificate in Athletic Therapist. Certified in Soft Tissue Release Therapy. Certified Personal Trainer under the National Academy of Sports Medicine, NASM. Level 1 Certified Kettlebell Instructor. Did you bring your girl with you today? We'll see about that later. He's got a little girl with him here called Belle. Now, Level 1 Certified Kettlebell Instructor under, Agatskill Kettlebell Certification. You got to bear with me. There's so much here. Certified Golf Fitness Specialist for all you golfers out there. Certified Seniors Fitness Specialist under the National Academy of Sports Medicine. That's quite a qualification, Simon.
Okay.
Like all of the other honorable members of Living the Lifestyle You Deserve professional team, Simon is eager to share his experiences and expertise with you so that you can begin to learn how you can learn to live the lifestyle you deserve through health and spiritual well-being. Today, Simon will have a two-part presentation. In the first half of the show, Simon will present simple steps to kickstart your health today. And in the second half, you'll actually witness a personal training session, and he's brought a special assistant with him today. So, Simon, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Robert. That was a very nice introduction.
Well, let's be honest, you did it. You're the guy that's qualified. I'm the guy that's listening. I'm taking direction now. So everyone who's watching you today on the show is very excited about this first session that we have here. It's called Simple Steps to Kickstarting Your Fitness Today. So I want to get right into it. Can I move right ahead now?
Yeah,
okay,
let's go.
Here's your first question. Got a whole list of questions here, but this is your first question.
Let's
What
go.
is the definition of physical health and fitness?
Well, really, there's not really one single definition. It really depends on your belief patterns and what you think fitness is and health. So, for instance, there's also degrees and a spectrum of fitness. For some people, extreme fitness might be what they want to strive. For some people, it might be just living, the lifestyle they want. So, for my definition of health, and I have to kind of think about that, because health and fitness are separate. So, health, for me, is pretty much not doing things that cause harm to your body consciously. So anything that causes harm to your body, you don't want to do that if you know what it is. So it's really getting on a deeper level of your spirituality with your physical health. So there's many variations of it. With fitness, it's how you perform. How do you perform in your daily life? So, for instance, if you just want to be able to do gardening and grocery shopping, and that's all you want to do without feeling overwhelmed, that might be something that is the type of training you want. Now, someone who was an elite athlete, the type of fitness they want might be a higher level. So there's many degrees, and it's how you believe fitness is. And I see it as just able to perform and express your body a certain way that makes you happy, makes your energy flow, and makes you live a meaningful life, pretty much.
Okay, so really, those you've already outlined a bit of the benefits. My question was the benefits of physical health and fitness, but why should people care about that? Why is that important?
Yeah, well, the obvious reasons. Everyone knows that with if you don't do any, if your health is poor and you don't exercise at all, there's something called hypokinetic diseases. So it is diseases that are due to inactivity. So obviously obesity, osteoporosis, even mental problems too. There is high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, a lot of different things. So, and the benefits, obviously, there's so many. We could spend a whole show talking about the benefits of exercise. Right. But the main ones, obviously, having a healthy weight, being strong enough to be able to do activities. For different ages, it's also important. If you're older, and I have some older clients who, for me, it's a must for them. It's living longer and living a better life so that you're functional, you're able to do things normally, get out of a chair and be able to live a happier life. But mainly, what I see the benefit of physical fitness, it's our primal, it's like expressing your genetic blueprint. Right? The society we have right now, it kind of suppresses that. So it takes us away from being human. To be human is, in my opinion, to live how our ancestors lived, right? To live by our genetic code. So if you start exercising, you kind of get that feeling, that primal feeling of this is how you're supposed to be, right? We're supposed to be joyful, happy, have good health, fitness. Our ancestors were very fit. They had to do what their genetic programming was designed to do. So when you start exercising, you start feeling the benefits, your energy flows better. And for me, that's the main part.
It's interesting as you talk, you look very serious about what you do, because this is obviously a serious thing, because I don't know if we mentioned that before, but I kind of can coin the phrase that says, if you're not moving, you're dying.
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of what it really is, isn't it? I mean, for everyone who's watching this, there's a lot of couch potatoes out right now, sitting eating potato chips on the couch, drinking pop, and they're listening to this, and they're understanding that what you just said can save their life.
Yes. I think it's very important.
Yeah? Okay. Well, you're dedicated, because I'm almost thinking that Simon's biased anyway, because he's done this all his life, right? But is it too late for anyone to do this even now if they've never done any exercise before? Is it too late to start?
No, I don't. It's never too late. That's the thing. Never too late to do anything. So different ages, you have different reasons for doing things. So I had clients in their 80s who started training, and
wow.
Yeah, late 80s, and they had really good results pretty fast. They started feeling better, and it's actually recommended for people who are older they haven't started to start, because it really increases the quality of life. So it's never too late to start. So
in the second section, I'm not going to preempt that, but in the second section, you're going to show us a demonstration of some of these exercises. But one of the things that I immediately think about is when people who have never exercised before, all of a sudden, they realize, I mean, it's oftentimes people have a heart attack before they start exercising.
Yeah.
And you know how sad that is. It really is. But so do you have programs for every age group? In other words, you're not going to get in there doing an army regimen. I mean, I can tell you, in my experience, they put me into an army regimen.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to die. So they had the wrong one. So there are certain programs that fit the age and the body design and all that?
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Not just the age, but just what your goals are, your health, your mobility, how you move, even your lifestyle. It depends. So there's so many varieties of training right now. Really, I don't see an excuse for people not to do it. You can do things that are fun now. You don't have to just go to the gym. You can do things that are fun. And there's a lot of factors that go into how a program's designed. And you can't just do one program for everyone. If there's one program for everyone, then I wouldn't have a job pretty much. It's
interesting because there's a program for everyone. But one of the things that we had discussed before going on the show today is that I had alluded to the fact that in January, February, there's a lot of people who just finished eating all this fantastic holiday food, all, just really heavy in cholesterols and booze and everything else. Yeah. And then they say, oh, yeah, let's go to the fitness club, right? Yep. And they're in there, and they last, what, about 4 or 6 weeks, and then they're gone and have to lay all their fitness stuff off. How do you keep these people motivated? I mean, I say, how do you keep them motivated? How do the people who take these courses end up being motivated? So I'm sure that you're not rescuing them because they have to be motivated on their own, right? It's nothing to do with you. How does that work?
Well, like anything, it's a mindset. It's really a mindset, and people come in, thinking they're going to get results within 4 weeks, really. And old habits start kicking in. Again, we're creatures of habit. So you start doing something that's totally new to you. It's not comfortable at first. Exercise is not comfortable at first. It does become comfortable when you reach a certain threshold where you actually start feeling the benefits. But first, it's a little unusual. So old habits kick in, and if you're, let's say, sedentary, so been sitting at a desk for 30 years and expect to get your goals in a couple of weeks, it's not going to happen. It takes time, and it's persistence, it's hard work. People need to enjoy the work too. It's not just about the goals that they have to focus on, because the goals might be, I want to lose fat, and they're thinking about a negative thing. So they have to think about maybe a performance factor. So a lot of clients I have, or what's good to do, is to focus on a performance factor. So something they look forward to. Maybe it's walking a marathon, or running a marathon, or lifting a certain amount of weight. And there's a lot of factors.
Now, what motivates you as a trainer? I mean, it's one thing for you to train others and show them all the processes and the exercises and hold them to account. But what motivates you as a trainer specifically for your physical fitness and health? And Lord knows you look as if you're you work a lot. You worked hard, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah. What motivated you to do that in the first place?
Well, I'm pretty lucky because I've been brought up this way, so it's part of my identity, right? And I think if someone starts training long enough, it becomes part of their identity. It's like a habit that builds. So I've been doing it for a long time, and for me, it's just part of me. It's just me, and it just gives me confidence. It releases stress. It's something I look forward to. So there's a lot of reasons for it. It's something that motivates me and keeps me disciplined.
Cool. Now, just before, we're going to be going to the break in just a minute or so, but I wanted to ask you the relationship between spiritual and physical fitness, because we talked about that, but I think the viewers would like to know what the relationship is.
There's a couple factors. One thing is when you train, there's a lot of hormones released, and that kind of helps the mental state too. But one thing is when you train, you become very disciplined. Naturally, you start developing a spirituality. You start focusing on your body. When you're training, you can't focus on other things. You have to focus on your breathing, what you're doing, your technique, and it takes the mind away. So you're more present. And when you start practicing that, it's discipline and presence, and that causes you just to start being more spiritual, because a lot of people who start training yoga, sports, they naturally become more spiritual. It just kind of goes in hand together.
Look, that's fantastic. Look, we're going to go to the break very shortly. Folks, I'm talking to Simon. Today he's a special coach. He's coming in the second half of the show. We're going to look at a personal training session. He's brought a special assistant with him today. So living the lifestyle you deserve, and it's all about fitness. See you after the break. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the show. And as you see, they got me out of my seat. You're probably going to be asking, why are you out of your seat? Why are you sitting back there? Well, I'll tell you, today we're talking with wellness professional Simon Bialecki about physical and spiritual wellness as a means to living the lifestyle you deserve. In the last half of the show, we're going to have a special personal training session. This is sort of different for me. I don't usually do this, but as I say, I'm out of my seat. I want to watch this firsthand. So, Simon Bialecki and his assistant Monica Gajewska, I got to be careful with that name, I practice that, will be presenting practical methods to improve posture, core strength, breathing, and fitness daily. So guys, welcome back. Let's do a little exercise here. What simple things can the average person do to get fit today?
Well, Robert, what people need to start thinking about is what's fun for them. Something that they like to do that's fun, something they used to do. A lot of clients tell me, oh, I used to do this, but now I'm too busy, I don't do it anymore. So people forgot how to play. They need to play like kids do and just get back into doing things that are fun for them, just doing some research and just getting out there, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you just something that I usually like to start off with my clients, just kind of going over the mechanics of how people should think about and what they can do daily.
Is this for any age group, by the way?
This is for everyone,
okay.
Yes.
So this is a starter program anyone can do?
Yes.
Excellent, good.
Okay,
All
so
right.
First thing, so this is Monica right here, my assistant. And first thing I like to do is go over posture. So Monica, just face right there. A lot of people sit in desks all the time, so they have a bad posture. And a little more like this. So if I align the dowel here, and this is a normal broomstick, so anyone has this at home, so there's no reason not to do it. So let's see a bad posture, right? So people tend to slouch, they tend to arch too much because they're in front of the TV, and what happens, there's a lot of tension, a lot of pain, the core just is not stabilizing anything. So one thing people can do is get really tall. So what you do, you make sure there's 3 points of contact, the head, upper back, tailbone, and you're trying to just get really tall here. And at the same time, you're going to pull in a little bit and tighten your abs, maybe 10 to 20%.
Okay.
Right? So that's important, and you try to walk like that all the time. So keeping that posture and walk with confidence. Actually, research that came out recently. Good posture can increase good hormones,
okay,
like testosterone, and decrease cortisol, like stress hormone.
Cool.
And actually, if you have a bad posture, it's the opposite. So your testosterone goes down, your cortisol goes up. So it's very interesting. So next thing you can do, so you're just going to face this way. We're going to go over breathing. Breathing is very important. So let's see how people normally breathe. So you can see her shoulders are going up. A lot of the times this is due to stress, bad posture, and a lot of tension in the upper body here. That will cause usually headaches, tension here. So what we want to do is relax the body here, have your good posture, and you're going to just push with your ribs out to the side. So as you can see, my hands are going out, right? So you're doing that. So what's happening? I'm getting her to pull the air in, fill up her lungs, so she's getting more oxygen in. She's actually mobilizing her ribs, which causes more mobility in the up and the back, and at the same time, working on her diaphragm.
Okay.
Okay? So that's something important to do. So now I'm going to have Monica do is a couple exercises that people can do. So just face this way. So when you're sitting on the couch, which you probably are now, what you can do, pretend there's a couch behind you, and what you're going to do, you have your hands in front, and you're just going to squat back. So you're going to inhale down, exhale up, and you're going to squeeze your butt. Good. So you're working on your posture. Go ahead, keep going. Inhale, exhale. So you're reaching back for the seat. You're working your hips, your posture, and you're breathing at the same time. So you can work.
You've got a special kind of breathing that you and I were talking about there. What does that sound like, and why do you do that?
So normal breathing is taking in air all the way in, relaxing. But when you're doing exercise, you don't want to relax. You want to keep tension.
Right.
So I call it forced breathing or snake breathing because it sounds like a snake almost.
Okay.
So you have your tongue in place, and you kind of, when you exhale, you kind of go like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and Monica's going to demonstrate in a second how to do that. And that causes tension here to stabilize, right? So if you think of athletes, boxers, or martial artists, when they kick or punch, they
what does that look like?
Exhale.
Demonstrate what you look like if you're boxing and you're doing that. Yeah,
like that, right? Because you want to stay relaxed, but you don't want to hold your breath. So you want to make sure you're tight, but when you punch, you tighten, and you breathe at the same time.
So that keeps the diaphragm tight is what you're saying?
Yes. When you exhale like that, this tightens up automatically. It's impossible to exhale like that and keep this loose. So you're stabilizing your foundation right away.
Cool.
Okay?
Got it.
So another exercise that you can do, and this is something we do daily. We walk daily, we squat, and we hinge at our hips. But we do it incorrectly. We tend to bend our back and get back problems. So I'm just going to show right here. You're going to stand sideways. And Monica is going to reach down right here. And she's going to come down and just touch the kettlebell here and come up. Yeah, and come up. Exhale. Right, so inhale down, big breath in, exhale. So she's working her whole back, and I'm going to have her lift it now. Make sure that you always have a little arch here, and then squeezing the butt. You're contracting everything in the back of the body. You're working it, and you're kind of conditioning yourself to lift properly for straight back. Okay, so let's put it down. And a third exercise is a plank in a push-up position. So we work the back of the body, work the legs. Now we're going to go into that position.
Okay.
So as you can see here, straight arms. I'm going to have Monica squeeze her butt, her abs, and try to maintain that as she's breathing deeply. Right? So keeping that posture. And people should work up first to 15 seconds, 30 seconds. Make sure that nothing moves.
Okay.
Like that, okay? Come on, that's it.
That's cool.
Good. So you can do that in a little circuit pattern format, right? If you're at work, every hour get up, do 10 squats, 10 hinges, and hold 30 seconds, and then go back to work. And then in a full day, you might get 15 minutes of exercise without even realizing.
And this is how everybody starts off the process, right?
Pretty much.
So
Depends on.
Basic. Can't get any more basic than that, right?
No, no.
Okay, so when you take new clients, that's what you put them through, this sort of thing?
Yes, but in more detail.
More detail?
Because we need more time, yeah. So
how long do they do the basics before they get into something much more sophisticated? We'll get into the next thing that's a little more sophisticated for sure. But how long can they expect the viewers? I mean, there's a lot of people, like I say, that are watching you and thinking, geez, I don't know. Because people procrastinate, as you know. That's the worst thing about what you do. People procrastinate. One minute they're going to do it, next minute they never do it, because you always ask them, have you done it? And they say no. So how do you, with all, this looks pretty simple stuff. I mean, even I could do that, and perhaps you know that I need to do that. But the thing is, so what we see today is pretty much what they get in a course such as what you do.
Yes, and it depends on the person. Sometimes the first session, people demonstrate good mechanics, and I can say, okay, no, we're going to progress right away. They have good range of motion. Some people don't have good range of motion, so it takes some time for them just to even do the squat. Maybe they have pain or something like that, and we need to mobilize the hips. So everyone's different. It's really hard to say.
Okay, so listen, that's the exercise demo. Monica, fantastic. Thank you very much, Simon. I think we got some really good stuff there. I noticed that you brought a girlfriend with you, your kettlebell.
Yes.
Now, what do you use that for? What's that for?
So this is the kettlebell.
How heavy is it?
This one is 8 kilograms.
That's heavy enough.
Yeah, so it's roughly 18 pounds or so. So Monica's going to do a little circuit for us. So go ahead. And I'm going to time her. This circuit takes 2.5 minutes.
Now, what do you mean by a circuit?
Circuit means you connect exercises, one after the other.
Okay.
And she's going to do it, and I'm going to just kind of describe
You have to
what's
breathe
going
with
on.
this too?
Yes, so she's going to demonstrate how to breathe. So first it's going to be the swing, and I'm going to have my little timer here.
Okay.
Ready? And go. Yep, go. Right, so kettlebells, they're actually over 300-year-old exercises. Right, so it came from Russia. The special forces used to use them. They were brought to the States, then to Canada by someone called Sean Mosen, who I actually train under. And there's actually competition. There's competitions, world championships. And what the benefit is that you can train everything: strength, endurance, mental toughness, flexibility, power. Okay, so now you're going to do halos.
What are these called?
Halos.
Halos?
Yeah, it's around the neck, back and forth.
Wow.
Breathe, right? So you're keeping your core tight here.
Yeah, she's not moving at all. She's just moving her upper body.
Yeah, so this is great for shoulder mobility, right? This is a little more advanced, obviously, and it gets even more advanced. Very, very different stages.
Do the weights always remain the same?
No, you change the weights. Certain exercises require a little more weight. Some don't. And they come in increments. So yeah, but it's a very simple tool. All you need is a kettlebell, and you can get a great workout.
Now, this is really not what you call weight training per se, though, is it? It's not weight training per se, is it? It's different.
It is. Well, kind of it is, but it's also, yeah, so this is one-handed, so she's working her back strength, right, her hip strength. We sit a lot, so our hips become kind of, they sleep.
Okay.
So we need to start moving our hips. We're hip-centric creatures. We need to get everything moving.
Wow.
Right? And like I said, it trains your cardiovascular system. It's actually shown to burn more calories than anything else. Pretty much. They tested it.
Right?
Yes, because you're using full body movements. So these are like primal movements. Okay, uppercuts. Okay, so here using your core, see how she's using her whole body here, right? And it's actually fun too because you're always progressing. You're always doing something that's fun. So it never becomes boring. You can always progress with kettlebells.
See, that looks a little different too.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Shoulder stability, need to keep everything tight.
I can see that she's well practiced in this. That's amazing.
And the breathing, see how she's breathing? It's breathing comes very handy. She's tightening her core every time there's tension. So you learn how to breathe through stressful times. Okay, and squat to press now. Okay, so
this is squat to press.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
So squat and right, full body. Every muscle in our body is now working like that. Right, range of motion, strength, endurance. It's pretty good. So she's going to be done roughly 15 seconds. This is 2.5 minutes, so there's no reason people shouldn't be able to do this.
No. So what does it cost to get a kettlebell? What do they cost?
Well, there's different ones. This one's a pro grade, professional grade one.
Okay.
It ranges roughly around $3 a kilogram.
Okay.
But you can get ones, the classical ones, they're usually $1 a pound or so.
Okay, so look, thanks very much, Monica. Great demonstration. Thanks, Simon. That kettlebell is something else. Boy, I hadn't seen that demonstrated like that before. That's, boy, not much one of you guys are in good shape. I could take a page out of this book. I know that, and you guys can too. So, what's the next level? Okay, what can people do to achieve a fuller potential in health and fitness?
Yeah.
And why would they care about going that route?
Yes. Well, it's like I described. You know, if you drive a car, do you want to drive an old car that's breaking down all the time, or do you want to drive a Ferrari? And the choice is up to you, right? All you have to do is just start slow and keep going. It's going to help you with a lot of things in life. It's going to make life more fulfilling. It's going to make it fun, and you're going to have challenges that you accomplish. So it just improves life in a higher level. So when you start exercising, you're going to want to reach more goals. It just makes life more fulfilling to continue to progress somehow. So that's why I think higher levels of fitness will just be more enjoyable.
Okay. So how long have you been doing this, Monica? I can move in here so you can...
7 or 8 years.
7 or 8 years. Wow. That's fantastic. So people can find out more about the kinds of programs that they can find out in this exercise by coming to the website.
Yes.
So there's a lot of stuff that's listed on the website. And there's a special course just for kettlebell, correct?
Yes, there's certifications, there's different levels. Like I said, there's championships. They actually have world championships in kettlebell competitions.
Wow.
Which is a totally different types of exercises, which we won't go over right now, but they're high level, very athletic. Actually, athletes, it's very popular with athletes right now because it's such a dynamic movement. And like I said, it works on strength, endurance, athletic performance, power, and mental toughness.
Well, it's very cool, guys. Thank you very much. Simon Bialecki and Monica, thanks for being here for the show about physical fitness. I want to thank you both for appearing as special guests on the show. And anybody who wants to know about what Simon does and all his different programs, please go to the website. Thanks for being here. Living the Lifestyle Deserved. This week was all about physical wellness. Look forward to seeing you coming back next time. Thanks for showing up. And have yourself a great day.